is one of the heaviest beings that one can try to support. It is known to go through storms, heavy winds, and downpours. But you are built to stand and not collapse. I challenge you to grow out of your comfort zone. The biggest giant that you will ever face in life is your mindset. One of the biggest things that limit us and keep us defeated is the opinion that we have of ourselves. When I changed my mind, it changed my life. I didn't just survive, I bounced back better. I bounced back better. Bounce 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 back better.
You're now listening to LifeStruction with Eric.
Come on, check it out now. Come on, 1, 2, 3, hit it. Wave your hands, 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 wave your hands. Here we go now. Here we go now. Rock it right now, what? Rock it right now, what? Batman Scoop, break it down, come on now. Everybody reach to the top. Everybody reach up, don't stop. Everybody reach to the top. Go.
Welcome to the 1 year episode of LifeStruction with Eric. Welcome to the 1 year.
Sorry, that's probably me. There we go.
Thank you guys so much for tapping in. Thank you. Man, it's been a year. Time flies when you're having fun. I cannot believe it's been a year. But take the time to share this out. Hit that share button. Hit it real quick. Share it with all of your friends and family. Tell them to tap in for the LifeStruction with Eric podcast. And let's have some fun tonight. You know, I didn't got my dance on. I hope y'all was dancing with me. But it all started out back in January of 2021. God gave me the vision to start this podcast. And I actually did my first episode on February 20th of last year. And it's been a blessing, to have you guys to follow me. And it wouldn't have been possible if I didn't have this young lady right here to tap in with me, Miss Contessa, my original host. Welcome to the show, Contessa.
Hey, LifeStruction.
Yeah, I mean, we started out, just the two of us, and we just kind of winged it. Unfortunately, work kind of took control over Contessa, and she, was working, and, she still was with us from afar, even though she wasn't on with us every Monday, she was with us from afar. But I'm just blessed to make it to this 1 year episode. And if there's anybody watching that would like to come on tonight and just talk about how the podcast has been a blessing to them, just type it in the comments, and I can send you a code, and I can bring you right on screen. You can be live with us, and yeah, you can just talk about how, we were a blessing, to you. But anyway, it's the 1 year episode. We're going to have some fun, but we also do what we do best. We're just going to talk about, some life structure, some structure in the life, different things that we're going through at the time. And yeah, one of the things we're talking about tonight, because it's been many of you that was with us from day one, and you have followed us the entire year. So I just want to thank you guys, for following my vision, because as long as I look and I see that there is one person streaming, then I know it's one person that, needs some type of ministering to. So I just thank you guys for, staying connected with me. I was looking at something yesterday, and it was talking about how a lot of us, a lot of people that's in church, they get butthurt because they're waiting for the mic to be passed to them, but God has other ways that He want them to minister to the wounded, and it's not always behind a church pulpit. He needs soldiers that's outside of the church as well as in the church, to minister to the wounded. And as I listened to this person, what I got out of his message, pretty much by the time I was halfway through it, it was pretty much a lot of times it's stuff that we don't want to do, and God has other intentions for us. You know, and one of the things is a lot of times we want to ask God to move a mountain, and that very mountain that we're asking Him to move is a mountain that He has all intentions of us climbing. So He don't have any intention of moving it. That's not one of His one of our prayers that He's going to grant, because He intends for us to climb that mountain. So people that follow us are able to witness, that no matter how weak you may be in a certain chapter in your life, if you just find the strength to climb that mountain, people that's watching you from afar, one day when they're faced with that same mountain, they will, just because they witness you do it, they'll have the motivation to climb that mountain. How do you feel about that, Miss Contessa?
I feel great, and I'm sorry. I know you might see me in the background, but I got a couple of my folks that was asking for the link and trying to get connected to the live stream. So I was trying to make sure that they were able to get on.
You need more time?
No, I'm good. And I actually heard you. Now the Bible, His intention to us, yes, was not to move that mountain, because it was created for us. Now it does tell us that we have the faith to speak to the mountain and it can be removed, but it was there. On tonight, when you told me kind of what we were going to talk about, I'm just like, man, that is a major topic that everybody is going through right now. They're dealing with something. It is something of some sort: depression, anxiety, jobs, the economic climate right now is just so much, just really trying to make it. That's what I hear often right now. Everybody's like, I'm just trying to make it. And I'll even speak for myself, like me, I'm just trying to make it. I'll give my personal testimony, because we are overcome by our testimony. Eric hit me up. He was like, hey, it's 1 year anniversary. You need to tap in. And I was like, man, my mental today just is not it. I have been dealing with some health struggles, just personal, like life organization, planning, all these different things. And it's been hitting in every area of life. Most of the time we're able to get through certain things because it's kind of spaced out. Maybe this month it was your finances, but you got a little debrief and you got better. And then it was your family, and then you had a moment and it got better. But I believe that we are all in this suddenly season that I have felt, that I've actually been saying for over a year now, that it's just so much stuff and it's happening right now and it's sudden. You don't have time to really take a moment to breathe or even figure out that thing before it's the next thing. It's just like this constant, ever going cycle. But you know me, LifeStruction, all I got is the word, and that's what I stand on. When I was reading briefly before I jumped on, it reminded me of the Psalm and the Psalm of David that he shared with his young son Solomon, Psalms 119:71. He said, "It was good that I was afflicted." And he said that multiple times in Psalms 119. David actually thanked God for his affliction because he said, through that, I would know your statutes, meaning I would know your ways. I would know who you are in my life. I remember the old folks used to sing a song. They would say, if I never had a problem, how would I know God could solve them? So we have to take everything that we go through with the mustard seed faith to know that it's going to come and it's going to hurt. We're human. We have to recognize it and acknowledge it. But this is for us to know God. This is for us to know God in a better way. We always ask God, elevate me, take me to higher heights, put me on, take me higher than I've ever been before, give me more than I can ever expect. That comes with something. When we start asking those questions and we start digging towards higher glory to glory, as the Bible say, or higher and higher, know that you're going to be faced with more, because that is your testing. That's your balancer. If I give you more, let me see how you're going to be able to handle more. So let me go ahead and weigh you with the cares and the troubles of this world and see how you handle those before I give you my abundance. Because if you can't handle this, you can't handle abundance. We got to know how to filter it. We got to know how to be able to manage it, because once we get it and we don't know what to do with it, then it's misuse. It's not used to its fullest potential. It's like me. I have a 2020 Camry, and that got the car, got a million buttons on it. Don't know half of them. Not using it to its fullest potential. I know how to drive, connect my Bluetooth, and a couple other things, but I still don't know the entire workings of my vehicle. And that's the way that we have to look at our life and the things that we go through. We're going through all these things, but if we try to skip that step of learning and processing, we're not going to know how to use it. So pace yourself, LifeStruction, go through it, learn how to use it. Learn how to be able to function in your abundance when it get there. That comes with your afflictions. You got to go through it. And then it's also for you to be able to share and to tell somebody else. The biggest thing with it is and what I've been trying to do is stop closing the door on what you're going through. Like really, now I'm not saying go out here and tell your business. Don't think that contestants on here saying, yeah, just go tell all your business. No, however, we are here to encourage, to be a blessing to somebody else, because there's a lot of things that people go through that they feel like they are in it absolutely alone. Don't nobody understand, because surely I'm the only one that has ever went through this, thought like this, made this bad decision, whatever the case may be. Surely I'm the only one. I know I've been there. I don't know about you, Eric, but I've been there. You've done some things where you like, yeah, it got to just be me. Got to be me.
Oh no. But that's not true. Nah, it's definitely not you. I mean, I don't think it's no special type of I'm trying to figure out my word for thought. But basically there's nothing that none of us haven't went through in life that it has to be at least one person that we're connected to that's been through something similar, and it's bad because we can go through something and we'll feel like we're the only ones that have ever been through it. And, it's, like me, why me? And, we hear it all the time, God is saying, why not you? I gave it, I put it on you because, I look at you as one of my soldiers. I look at you as, one of my people that armor up daily, and you're
Right.
prepared for anything that may be thrown your way. That's why I chose you, because I know that, you know, as plain as the word says, weeping may endure only for a night, but joy. So if
But
you can just push through this thing just temporarily, you will come out. Unlike if I put it on, that person that don't know how to pray. They don't know how to
right.
armor up daily. They don't know how, they're still on breast milk. They don't,
Yeah.
they can't stand up and walk on their own. If I
Hmm.
put it on them, they may not be strong enough to
Right.
carry this. And
Hmm.
they just may succumb in the fight. That's why we're seeing, this thing today, mental health, it's popping up all over the place, where you have people, celebrities, well-known celebrities, they're battling with depression. They're
Yeah.
battling with self-identity. They're battling with, because they're in the limelight, they feel like they have a certain stature to uphold in order for to keep the following that they have. And a lot of times when I see that play out, it takes me back, to, my early days that kind of started, what I pretty much got myself, binded up in,
Hmm.
the spirit of pleasing. And that alone, people don't realize that alone will pull you into depression,
Right. Right.
and but it's one of the things that's looked over. There's no one that's counseling on that. There's no
Yeah.
one that's, that's pointing out those defective characters, saying, hey, you're battling with, the stronghold of people pleasing. That's
Hmm.
not going to turn out really well for you if you don't, grasp a hold on that and away.
Yeah. I mean, as you were talking, what I heard was we have created so many outlets to be an outlet, if that
Mm-hmm.
makes sense. We have created all these other things that we have decided to detour our mind or our current function away from the thing that we need to actually focus in on. And the word tells us that there's only one way. Jesus is the only way. That it's only one way. Narrow is the path. That's what it tells us.
Right.
And
Right.
in Ecclesiastes, it also tells us that there's nothing new under the sun. So we can take joy in knowing that even though we might feel like we're the only ones, it ain't new. Somebody else has. It's just, once again, we have to be willing enough to stand and tell our testimony, not a testimony, because I said this before. You don't get up there and tell your business. Testimony comes when you overcome and you actually go through with things. So when we give our testimony on that, and then also just be reminded, Luke 12:48 tells us, to whom much is given, much is required. Take
Mm-hmm.
heart in that. You've been given much already, which means you can produce much to give back. So when we say I'm
Right.
depleted, I don't have no more, I can't give no more than that. No, you've been given much. So your much is already there. That's not even anything outside of yourself. That was already given to you. Your much was already implanted when God formed you in the womb. He knew who you were going to be, called for the purpose to prosper, to be able to give you a hope in a future. Much was already there. So stop stressing yourself over trying to get more when much was already in. That's a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
That was for me. I don't know if it
Yeah,
blessed anybody else, but even that was for me, because I know I found
man.
myself.
Mm-hmm.
I find myself digging for more. No, I got to do more. It must be something else that I need to do. Or, you racing against the clock daily. You losing sleep because you're searching for something that's already there. He already
Right.
equipped you with what it is that you were supposed to do and how you were supposed to do it. Stop looking for more in those outlets that you made an outlet.
Mm.
Work your much.
Whoa. Uh-huh.
Yeah, work your much because it's already given.
Hold on. You said stop looking for. Say that again.
Stop working your out. Wait, what did I say? See, when I be talking, it don't be me. Um,
Yeah. You said
something about
stop working. It was something about stop working your outlets. to
Oh yeah,
those that you
stop
had
making
outlet.
outlets.
Yeah,
I'll have to figure it out. But
uh-huh.
anyway,
That's
we'll
okay.
run the playback. We
I
thank God
got
for
it.
recording.
Yeah, right. We're recording it. I'll get it on the playback. Yeah, that was good. That was good. You know, I had on my Instagram today, it said things ahead may be unclear
Mm-hmm.
and dark as you walk away, but your vision will clear up if you keep walking.
Yeah,
And you
absolutely.
know, that alone, sometimes we're attached to things, and it's like, what's going to happen if I walk away? you know
Oh,
uh
yeah.
and it's kind of a comfort zone, but at the same
Mhm.
time it's not a comfort zone if you're in a zone that's causing you nothing but hurt and pain.
Come on.
So what
Yeah,
do you have to lose if you are stuck somewhere and you're like, what if? What
yeah.
if I do this? What's going to happen? Well, you're not going to know until you step
Yes,
out.
you
Because
do.
guess what? You all you're doing is stressing yourself out when you're stuck in the what if season. You know,
Yeah.
God says, I've given you the vision because this is where I see you planting the seed and growing in, but you're stuck in
Mm-hmm.
your what if season saying, what if I do this? I've had, I'm not going to call out any names, but I've had family members, in the past couple of weeks to tell me, they're going back to school and, to better themselves. And they're like excited. And I'm like, go for it, do it.
Mm-hmm.
You came to the right one if you want encouragement, because I'm like, this is all of our time to grow, but you
Mm-hmm.
can't grow, if you stay right here. And
Yeah.
it's called stretching yourself thin. If you have to pay a little money for to better yourself, heck, I did it with my coach. I was like, I don't know if I need to be doing this, but I talked it over with the wife and she was like, go for it.
Mm-hmm.
And in 3 months, this guy have stretched me and I've seen my growth. It haven't even been 490 days, but I've
Mm-hmm.
seen so much growth in myself. And, you know, so I'm saying that to say, get out, detach yourself from the what if season.
Absolutely.
If you have the vision to better yourself, do it,
Mm-hmm.
because the reward is so beautiful. The reward tastes so good. And at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, you can look back and say, I did it. I did this all on my own. And
Yeah.
that's why it's good just to share it with
Mm-hmm.
people that is going to push you forward.
Right.
Because if you share it with the wrong people, they can be like, oh, you wait till you get 50 years old to do this. You wait till didn't you just say you was trying this? I'm not saying all that. I want you to be connected with me, and I need someone to hold me accountable.
Right. Absolutely.
This is why I'm sharing it with you, because I want someone to hold me accountable.
Right. Right. Absolutely. I mean, I get it. And it takes, being out there, all these processes that, even in the natural that you have to go through in order to see the production of a thing. When honey is made, it takes a bee. I forgot what they're called, is the bee charmers, but they got to go in with full suits and they have to go in on a risk to get the honey. When you
Mm-hmm.
are tried by fire to see if you're gonna come out as gold, it takes fire. The olive branch, in order for it to produce oil, it takes pressing. Everything that comes out to be what it's made to be has to go through a process. And normally that
Right.
process is not fun. It don't look good. And in the makings of it, you have to be okay with the ugly stage. Us ladies, we want to change our hair up, and we cut it all off, but then we want to grow it back. There's that in between stage that don't nobody like, but it's a process. You have to go through it. You can't get to the other side without the process. It takes it, no matter
Right.
what it looks like.
Yeah. Right. That's right.
Definitely takes it.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. So that's why I said, and we hear it all the time, be careful what we ask God for. going
Mhm.
back to the beginning of this conversation, we have to be careful what we ask God for,
Yeah.
because we be asking him sometimes to remove us from stuff that he intended for us to be in.
Yeah.
He wants to see how we're going to handle it.
Yeah.
Of course, I mean, without an inkling, especially when you're a deep spirited person, real quick if you are in a situation that God ain't in. That. But at the same time, when you in some type of situation and you praying out to him and he ain't answering back, or you praying for him to remove something, but he keeps showing you everything he showed you that something is in your future. Then
Yeah.
he's meaning, so going back to that mountain, you're asking him to move a mountain out of your uh future that he intended
Mhm.
for you to climb. He's
Yeah.
not going to move that mountain because he wants to see how strong you are to get over that mountain. Whether
Absolutely.
it is, whether it's, going back to school or stepping out and doing something with your finances or just ministering to somebody that everybody else have turned their back on. People have shut
Mhm.
out and said, they ain't nothing, they ain't gonna be nothing, they just done threw their life away, and everybody done turned their back from them. But he keeps having that person to call you. You go in the store, you see that person, you just cannot, pretty much get away from that person. He's putting that person in your life for a reason.
Absolutely.
They may be broken right now, but he's giving you them for your project. But so many
Mhm.
times we missed out on that. We miss out on it.
Yeah. Yeah. As you were talking about that and talking about how God places us in those situations, and that he's there, and it's a place that he has put you in. Once you ensure that
Mm-hmm.
and that to be true, a big question just came to mind. Why would you want to leave the place where God is?
Right.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
We say we're seeking him. We say we're searching for him. We want to walk next to you, Lord. We want to just be in your presence. We want to just be where you are. We sing that song, I want to be where you are. Gotta be where you are for your glory. Okay, well,
Yeah.
I'm in this
Yeah.
situation. I'm in
Uh-huh.
this fiery furnace, but you want to get out. But that's where I am. You just asked me what you just told me you wanted to be where I was. But because where I
Right.
am look like where you want to be, now you want to go. But wait,
Right.
I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
Why
Yes.
why would you fret because I'm here? I know
Mm-hmm.
it don't look good. I know it don't feel good. I get it, but I'm here. So why are we constantly trying to get out of places that God is in? Man, that was for
Right.
me.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
real.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah.
always ask that
And
question.
right. Right. And that it's funny that you just said what you said, and being, this my 1 year episode of this podcast. It was quite a few times that I got discouraged, and I was like, you know what? It just takes too much time. I got to come up with content. We got the week. I have to find people to come on, to speak. Or if they're not
Mhm,
speaking, I have to, build content, for the share. It's just too much work. And at the
mhm.
same time, I'm like, I ain't doing this no more. And like you just said, but I know God is all in this.
Yeah,
He gave me the full blueprint for it, pretty much to blast this thing off. So every time that I pretty much said I was done, he pretty much popped me on side the head and showed me reasons why to keep going.
yeah.
But unfortunately, there are so many that miss the mark
Mhm,
because it goes straight over their head, and
mhm.
we quit, and we quit before the blessing comes. you know, just like
Absolutely.
in church, you hear some of the pastors, after they do the altar call and just before the offering, you got people that do this number here and they trying to slide it out the altar call. And, the pastor say, uh, don't miss the benediction. You never
Right,
know the blessing
right.
that you're going to miss between altar call and the benediction,
Yeah.
and same thing. Same thing. Sometimes we're in a season in our life and we are almost there, almost there. Like a friend of mine called me today, and she was sharing with me about an opportunity that she had been presented with, and she was like, it's like I don't want to do it, but at the same time, I'm at that place where sometimes it could be that one thing that you don't partake in, and that would be the thing
Mhm.
that you're going to get your blessing in. And that was deep for me because it's so true. Because sometimes we when we're not in tune in life, and we'll quit real quick, and before we know it, boom, somebody else we see someone else within the next 2 months that has a blessing that had our name all on it, and
Mhm.
now we're depressed and we're upset, and
Yeah.
that was supposed for me. That was supposed to be for me. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
yeah,
It
it's
was
one of those
supposed to
things.
be for you, but you
Right?
forfeited. Yeah, oftentimes we
Yeah.
forfeit. We quit the game.
Mm-hmm.
We want to run out of it before we get a chance because we feel like
Right.
we're down and we too far to actually get there. But
Mm-hmm.
many times, and that's often that middle. It's too far to go back, but it's too far ahead to keep going. So you in that middle
Right.
place. You
Yeah.
don't really know
Yeah.
how to operate in the middle or what to
Right.
do
Mm-hmm.
in that. But
Yeah.
I see and I can't remember what pastor it was, but um he said if you're going through hell, what would make you stop in hell?
Right.
Go through it. That's
Right.
real. If you're going through
Mm-hmm.
it, why would you want to stop there? Keep going.
Right. That's right.
You got to keep
That's
going.
right.
My pastor, Pastor Douglas E. Jones, he used to tell us before he passed, he would tell us to keep rowing, to keep going, and to lead while we bleed. So even though you might be going through and you're bleeding heavy, and it might even get all over some stuff, but keep going, keep leading, keep rowing,
Mm-hmm.
keep pushing towards it, because it is going to be greater later. A lot of folks
Wow.
don't want to wait for later.
Right. Right.
It's
That's
the
right.
right now.
That's right. Yeah.
Or it's the
Yeah.
Lord, I already done did enough. I done been through enough. But again, it goes back to whom much is given. Stop measuring your enough. You've already got much. That much is going
Right.
to be required. It's gonna come back.
Yes. Yes.
It is.
And and one of the biggest things, pretty much out of everything we've discussed, when you're stuck, in that portion, and you don't know where to keep climbing or to turn back and give up,
Mm,
stop making. It's okay. It's okay. If you know God, if you have a relationship with God, it's okay to talk to Him and try to hear Him on certain situations if you're kind of lost. But it's okay. We all should have one person, one
yeah.
individual that we can
Hmm.
trust. One
Yeah.
individual that we call a praying partner, or just someone that, hold you accountable, someone that can pour into you, someone that can kind of, hold you up when you kind of weak. It's
Absolutely.
stop being ashamed to reach out to these people when you feel you're kind of lost. And I think a big thing that plays a part in that is our age. You get to a certain point in life and you're
Yeah.
like, well, I'm too old, and I'm embarrassed to let someone know I'm going through this. You know, uh
Right.
there are people of all ages that's pretty much going through everything, that pretty much any issue that you probably have. There's people of
Hmm.
all ages going through it. You would be
Absolutely.
surprised. You would be surprised to see how many small children are battling with
Yeah.
depression. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
small children that haven't even. I'm going to the left right here. Small children that haven't even experienced sex yet, and
Right.
they're battling with self identity. They don't
Right.
know.
Right.
You have boys that don't know if they want to be a boy or a girl, you and vice
Mhm.
versa, girls that don't know if they want, and you haven't even experienced sex yet. So,
Mhm.
where does that shift come in at? But it's because we don't talk about this stuff,
Mm-mm.
and
Yeah.
as long as you walk around and battle on the inside with this and you walk around with it, you're gonna each day, each week, each year,
Mhm.
you're gonna be more, your mind is just going to be baffled, and you're just going to be walking around a confused individual when you
Yeah.
have all of these spirits that you're dealing with on the inside, and they're basically defeating you
Yeah.
because you won't open your mouth and ask for help.
Absolutely.
You want to open your mouth and ask for help, and that's what life instruction is all about. We are here to basically try to guide you and coach you back
Yeah.
to building that foundation, because
Mhm.
basically when you're hurt, you don't smile anymore.
Yeah.
You isolate yourself, you're
Mhm.
lost, your trust is gone in everybody. And then we start to, it depends on what that stronghold in our life is. We have harmed so many people, and so many people don't trust us. So now,
Yeah.
even when we are trying to bounce
Mhm.
back, we're still hurting.
Yeah.
Still hurting.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It was a couple of things in there. We are the generation that is now starting to open up. Thank God for podcasts like LifeStruction to be able to give that platform. But we're starting to navigate through that generation of children are to be seen and not heard.
Mm-hmm.
And many of the adults now are finally coming into their voice because for the longest, they weren't supposed to be heard. So the voice was never
Right.
created. So
Right.
now
Right.
we're finally transitioning to the point of no, I can feel that. No, I can cry about that. No, it's okay for me to go through that. And then the biggest thing too is age is of course one of the things that many people fight with because they feel as though it's too late in life for this or it's too much for this. But the biggest thing is our pride. Pride preceded the fall. If we
Mm.
let go of it and let us be human, just understanding human factor, human nature. You are human. You are a man, woman, born of a woman. It is full of days, full of trouble. You're going to be human. You're going to have that time. So just
Right.
taking down that pride and knowing like it's going to be okay. Like, yeah, I feel
Mm-hmm.
it. Yeah, I'm going through it, but it's going to be okay. And just really gaining the strength to be able to find that voice, to have that voice. We love grandma and them. They taught us a lot. They taught us endurance. They taught us how to live a life of um just steadfastness and just to keep going. We're in Black History Month right now, paying homage to all those people who have went before us that had so many ups and downs and so many ins and outs. But it's interesting to me that there those with great accomplishments, you're now starting to find other pieces to their story.
Mm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
Dr. King been circulating and he was a great man to history, but now they're starting to release other things to his story. There was just so many people that you can name that you've seen who they were and what they were to history and society, but now it's coming to show that hey, they were still human too. They still went through, they still had their scandals, they still, drunk they drink, smoked they smoked. Did like they did their things, but they kept going and they kept pushing. So unfortunately, they didn't have the platform or the space to be able to tell their own story. They just got to let history tell their story. So I pray that there is a new generation that's coming that won't wait for the legacy to be told for them, but they'll be able to tell their own truth.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thing.
Yeah.
Tell your own truth.
Yeah.
And I try to
Right.
do that now. Like, no, I'll tell it for myself because I did it, had a good time doing it, took a couple of pictures, double back, and did it again. But that's my truth.
Right.
And it built
Right.
who I was. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it is what it is. I'm not saying that I'm boastful, or I'm not saying that I'm proud that those were the choices that I made. But in that particular situation, that was my outlet, and that's what I enjoyed. So that's what I did. Now
Yeah.
that I know better,
Yeah.
because you got to take time to know better. Now that I know better,
Right.
I know that I could have chosen something different, but in that moment, that was my best option.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
That's
you know,
good.
mhm. So
Yeah.
it's 40 minutes. I don't even. I've just been talking. I don't know if we got any
Oh yeah.
questions or anything.
Yeah, you good. You good. I actually think there's a glitch tonight. I've gotten quite a few comments saying they're watching on Facebook and they got kicked off, and
Oh no.
I've gotten screenshots, people saying they were commenting, but it's not popping up on the screen. So I'm guessing it may be some type of glitch tonight. I'll just repost it after it
Mm-hmm.
goes off, and hopefully it'll play back. But yeah, uh great discussion. So yeah, for those of you that's watching, and if you're gonna you know click on it and watch it, basically, if you're faced with something that looks bigger than you, but
Mm-hmm.
God is pushing you to move forward and climb to higher heights, don't back back. Don't shut down. Climb over that mountain. And I guarantee you the reward will be so much greater. So much greater. I mean,
Absolutely.
looking at me, it's only because I had a praying mother and a sister that went above and beyond to make sure that I got out of Virginia before I killed myself. And at the time when I got on that bus, I had no clue where I was headed to. I had $30 in my pocket,
Hmm.
and I had a 2.5 day bus ride. Had no idea what I was getting into. All I knew is I wanted to change. I didn't know how I was going to change, but there it is. I was faced with the mountain that I was about to climb, but at the same time, I had reconnected back with God, and basically He told me, just let me lead the way, and I'll make I'll make the path clear, and you'll
Mm-hmm.
eventually start to see where it is that I want you to go. And
Absolutely.
glory to God, 19 years, almost 19 years later, and I look back at that mountain, and I thank God that I had the strength to climb it. I thank
Yeah.
God for the people that I've met along the way that gave me a hand when I was weak and pulled me up.
Yeah.
And it's a blessing to meet so many people in life that you don't even have to open your mouth sometimes. They can just see the glow on you, and they'll be willing to help you. So
Mm-hmm.
I
Absolutely.
just want to witness that to somebody tonight. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tapping in. Uh,
Yes.
like
Thank
I
you.
said, it's the 1 year, and I'm just excited about what this next year is going to bring. It's definitely been a blessing. It's definitely been a blessing. So, is there anybody that has any questions? If you have any questions, please, tap them, type it in the comments if you have any
Mhm.
questions. I just want to play a quick video real quick, and it just kind of sums up, the year of the different guests that I had, and I just want to basically just play this real quick, and yeah, it's it's been a blessing,
Yes.
and all right, where is my video at, Jesus?
Come on. Come on.
Where's my video?
Yes. While he's
Oh,
pulling up the video, stay encouraged, LifeStruction people. Keep going. Don't stop there. There is more for you. It's abundance ahead, even though it might not look like it, but you got it.
right,
You got
right.
it.
That's right.
Don't stop now. That's heavy right now. Don't stop now. I don't know where you are, but don't stop. Keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Keep
Right.
going. It's worth
That's
it. I
right.
promise you it is. And
Yes,
because
it
you're
is.
here, it means that you're here on purpose, for a purpose. So work purpose.
Right. That's right. That's right.
Okay, I'm done. Love y'all.
Don't you leave me. Um,
Still here.
you got to see the video.
Okay.
You got to see the video, and yeah, I'm just so crazy. I forgot I had it on a thumb drive, so yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
unplugged the thumb drive, but yeah.
It's okay.
Also, I have a flyer for those of you that haven't seen the actual uh book event that we have coming up. I'll show that to you in just a minute. But yeah, I just want you guys to look at this real quick.
It is due to you. Let my life be yours complete. All I am is you. I've been used by so many other things, but all the glory, all the honor, it is due to you. Everybody see what is going on right now, but they don't know my process. But let my life be yours completely. All I am is you. All the glory, all the honor, it is due to you. Let my life be yours completely. Let my life be yours completely. Let my life be yours completely. All I want is you. All I want is you. All I want, all I need, all I crave for, all I want, all I need.
Very nice.
Yeah.
There it
Yeah.
is.
So yeah, thank you guys. Tell my past guests. It's been a blessing, man. It's been a blessing. Mm,
You got it. Yeah. It's something about when you look back and you think
yeah.
about the moments during that look back. Yeah. I get it.
Yeah, it's a
I
blessing.
get it.
It's a blessing. And
Such a blessing.
just to hear the feedback from people who live I have touched this past year. As I stated, when I wanted to give up, there were people that
Mm-hmm.
would reach out to me, man, and they would just tell me how much I helped them.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thank God for giving me this vision to just have this platform for
Mm-hmm.
people, because there are so many hurting people right now and they don't know which way to turn for help. So I'm just glad to be here to lend a helping hand for anybody
Mm-hmm.
that needs, you're looking for that second chance. God done bless you with a second chance, and you realize that you have a second chance and you're not taking it for granted. So
Yeah.
I just thank you guys. I thank you for just connecting with me. Real quick, I'm gonna shut it down. real quick, we have this art celebration of authors showcase coming up. It's going to be March 19th here in Phoenix. And, I have it on my social media pages as well. So you guys definitely come out and support. You can go to my website and purchase your tickets. MyLifeStruction.com. There's a link to the authors page. You can purchase your tickets. Also, if you have a business and you would like to, do a sponsored ad in the program or have your logo on our step and repeat photo backdrop, there's options for you to do that as well. So definitely support. We have some great authors and it's going to be a great time. So
Tap
you guys
in.
definitely come out for that. Definitely
I
come
see a
out.
Q&A in our future, a live Q&A.
Okay. I love that.
We can go in and get Life Structure family in a place now that this pandemic, with prayers and much more prayers, it's coming towards we can't say we're gonna say an end because I'm gonna call it
Yeah.
an end.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
It's coming to an end. To have a live Q&A, Life Structure meetup would be awesome. Stay tuned. I got you.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you, sister, for tapping in. My sister, my big sister is watching. Thank you so much. I love you. You got a big responsibility because if it wasn't for you blessing me to change my life, this podcast wouldn't be possible. So I love you and thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
And yeah, thank you, Sandra. Thank you so much. But
Yes,
yeah,
and you
we
had to
thank you
meet
guys.
me.
Right. Exactly. And I had to, yeah, definitely. I had to meet you. Yeah. That was definitely a big portion of it. Because
Y'all,
I
I give
talked
Eric
about
a
this
hard
thing for
time.
oh
I do.
yeah. But I talked about it a long time before I made it happen. But as soon as I pitched it to you, you were like, let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's
So
do it.
yeah. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I'm gonna have to finish this thing and figure out what happened with my stream tonight. I got like 10 text messages saying that they couldn't get in. So uh thank you guys so much for tapping in tonight. For those of you that did, I love you guys so much. And yeah, keep tapping in. We're going to keep on, blessing people and whatever mountain that you're faced with, please do not turn back. Go ahead and climb your mountain. With that being said, we love you guys. Thank you so much, Contessa, for tapping in with me.
You're welcome. You're
And
welcome.
you guys have a blessed week.
All right. Good night.